My family is a nice family, got a small little family.
We all want our children to be normal.
Christian is 9 years old. He has autism.
My 8-year-old is severely dyslexic. His life is extremely challenging when it comes to school.
And through talking with his teachers, with the principal, with the superintendent, no one is really willing to give me concrete answers on how I can help my son.
We would like to provide to our children the opportunities that we did not have.
What school choice would mean to Arkansas is that we would allow our parents and students to be at the table to make decisions that uses state resources the best, that produces, at the end of it, productive citizens, and grows Arkansas economically.
It's in the best interest of our family, and we think that it'd be important if we had input on where the funds were allocated to, since we are the main ones who could find the problems, therefore we'd be the main ones to solve the problems.
As a military member, I'm downrange, I'm deployed, I'm dodging bullets and stuff like that, and IEDs. But I'm more worried about my son's education.
The state doesn't know my children, and they can't relate as to what's best for them. Therefore, it should be up to me to make that decision.
My job as a mom is to make sure that my children receive a good education and that they're going to succeed in life. You have these few years to get that basic knowledge in these children, and then they're going to take off and they're going to go in what direction they're going to go.
There are thousands of Arkansas parents who are begging for options for their kids.
Some children need something different. Some children need a smaller classroom. Some people need the option of a private school.
I wanted my grandbabies to have an education that they deserved.
I want my son to be able to do simple things like everybody, a normal person does, like drive a car. You know, I want my son to be able to get his first job, you know. Like I said, Christian's smart as a whip, but he needs a little extra help.
He fights tooth and nail for every advancement that he gets. And he's a hard worker. And he just has a harder time getting there.
We all know the hardships and the financial barriers. Being able to have that opportunity would allow us to produce two beneficial children in Arkansas, and I think that it would change the state. The state would know that it can be done, and it is being done, even with the funds not being allocated to us. We're making sacrifices to make sure that our children receive the education that we know that they deserve.
School choice should not be a threat to traditional public school. The argument of school choice is not about pitting public schools, private schools, public charter schools against each other. What school choice is meant for is to empower parents to find educational options that fit for their kids.
Because he does everything he can to learn. He tries harder than anyone else, and he still doesn't get it.
The public school system does work for many children, but for those children that have specific needs and challenges, shouldn't there be an option for a parent to place them in an environment that better suits their needs?
I know there's money available, but you don't want it to be wasted on a child sitting in a classroom environment that they are not benefiting from. Why not take that money and utilize it in a better environment at a school that that child could benefit from and help them?
School choice programs provide strength for public schools because it allows students that struggle in typical public school classrooms to find alternative classrooms, leaving the resources of the public school teachers to the students that are actually being productive and thriving in the traditional public school classroom. We have 477,000 give or take students. We don't need any less teachers.
As an educator, I see high school students that are reading on a 3rd and 4th grade level. The programs we're not there for them.
If I had an opportunity to speak with Governor Hutchinson or the other lawmakers, I would let them know that it is the most important thing to me that my children are given this opportunity. And our choices dictate how we live our life and the things that we do. And by you sitting in that chair, you have an obligation to listen to me.
Don't give up on them just because they have a little harder time on their own and they need a little bit more assistance. Provide that assistance so that they can become productive members of society. They long for it. My son longs for it. He can tell you if you just give him a chance.
I will fight and I will learn for my son and pull representatives and senators aside and ask them, please help me help my son. Be a partner with me so that we can educate him in the way he needs to be educated.
And I'm telling you, I want the power of choice. My daughter deserves that, and so do I.